covering the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. This is WPBF 25 News at 6.
One of 7 doctors arrested in a pill mill takedown says he did nothing wrong. Good evening, I'm Victor Blackwell.
And I'm Tiffany Kenny. The Vero Beach doctor is in jail right now, but his attorney spoke exclusively to Kathleen O'Toole, and she's live in Stewart. Kathleen, he says the doctor actually had certain restrictions on patients to avoid something like this, right?
That's what they say. Now, Dr. Bruce Kammerman is due in court tomorrow morning for a bond modification hearing. He will not be getting out on bond at that moment, but his attorney says he really ought to. This is Dr. Bruce Kammerman, arrested last week in Vero Beach on pill mill charges. He's already seen his medical license suspended and been hit with a $790,000 bond that he must secure fully with personal assets.
The state may have a very difficult time proving the charges with the evidence that I've seen.
Lance Richard is Kammerman's attorney. He says the 54-year-old Palm City man has practiced medicine for 25 years and did everything in his power to prescribe appropriately.
He was not over-prescribing. He would actually try to shift the patients from one medication to another. He was doing he put a lot of things in place as the medical director to try to ensure that they weren't doing anything improper or illegal.
Dr. Kammerman's attorney says there was no motive for seeing a ton of patients because the doctor was paid not by patient but a flat daily rate. He says the doctor tried to dial down the number of patients he saw, only prescribing to people over 30 and not to people who lived outside a 60-mile radius of the clinic. The statewide investigators, who nabbed 14 people in total and shut down Stewart Pain Management in Vero, disagree. They portray Kammerman as the most prolific prescriber, handing out 640,000 oxycodone tablets in a single year.
That's 12,000 tablets a week. That's 1,700 tablets a day.
These defendants are despicable. They're sickening, and they're worse than your typical defendant.
There's a lot at stake for my client. He's looking at having his medical license pulled. He's looking at prison time. He's looking at fines. He's looking at having his life destroyed by some allegations that I don't believe are true.
Attorney Richard says he finds the timing of all this very interesting. He says the investigation began back in 2010, yet his client was picked up less than 2 months before the election. Now, we talked to Indian River County Sheriff Darrell Laura, who is up for re-election. He says that is ridiculous. He says he wishes he could have done this sooner to save lives. Reporting live in Stewart, I'm Kathleen O'Toole, WPBF 25 News.